Hello everyone, this is Erik, the Asian movie enthusiast, and this is my review of Citizen of a Kind, a Korean dramatic thriller from 2024 that is based on a true story. Deok-hee seeks a loan due to a fire at her laundromat. The bank calls and offers a generous upfront loan, so she takes it right away. She is shocked to realize later that she is a victim of a voice phishing scheme. Deok-hee loses tens of thousands of dollars and ends up on the streets with her children. One day, the phisher who tricked her, Jae-min, calls her again to tip her off about the criminal organization that locked him up. So there's a backstory behind this. And though police have given up on her case, she flies directly to Qingdao in China with her co-workers to rescue this man and get her money back. So this is actually set in the year 2016. Our protagonist immediately gets scammed for $32,000. That is a lot of money. And she made multiple bank transfers for various financial reasons. You know, like, oh, we'll give you this loan, but we need, over a course of time, we want to improve your credit score so you could get discounts. We need to file loan applications, this and that. And she assumes she's working with the bank, and she just keeps transferring money over and over again over a period of time, and to get approval for this loan. So I'm not sure how exactly that worked, but of course it was a big swindle. You know, they conned her, and she immediately goes to authorities and files a report. Now, unfortunately, because this is an international case, the Korean police cannot do much of anything to catch these criminals who are based in China. And in real life, we have a similar situation. We've had this situation for years in the United States when dealing with phone scammers from India. Funnily enough, civilian computer hackers on YouTube have done more to combat these con artists than anything the American government has done, which is kind of pathetic when you think about it. But in any case, our lady protagonist has to rely on herself and her friends to get the job done. So that's kind of the premise here. Now, we do get a glimpse into the bad guys very early, and these guys are not... I mean, you would think phone scammers wouldn't be dangerous. You know, they're just guys who are sitting at a phone thing. But these guys are. Even though their base of operations is mainland China, they kidnap Korean people who go to China looking for work and then force them to make these phone calls to scam their own people from their home country. And if one of these Korean callers tries to quit or escape, they're brutally murdered, and their families could also be put into danger. So these are really bad guys. And so these guys, the phone scammers themselves, are actually prisoners who are working for, like, higher-level criminals. So the guy who scammed our protagonist at the beginning of the movie was basically forced to do so, and he becomes, like, an unexpected secondary good guy very early on. So that's kind of like your plot line. You have two different protagonists at two different locations trying to figure this stuff out. Now, entertainment-wise, we do get some suspense that is earned with the Korean guy who's working at this call center attempting to find evidence and the address of the facility. He doesn't even know what the address is. You know, he's basically a prisoner. And he's got to do this without the evil bosses figuring out what he's doing. So he basically works as like a spy for our main character, but the information's kind of tough to find, and it's tougher to transmit it to the authorities. So that's what he's doing on his end. And we spend just as much time with this guy as we do with our lady protagonist, meaning that, you know, the story is switching back and forth between them. And I enjoyed this aspect, helped the film from becoming too repetitive. The final confrontation is quite different from what you might expect, and it occurs in a place that I wasn't expecting as well. It's quite good, and it emphasizes like the sheer willpower of our protagonists to bring these people to justice. The lead actress is Jae-min, who has popped up in movies such as The Mayor, The Last Princess, and a whole bunch of other stuff. She seems to really do a lot of supporting roles. But she is the lead in this, which is nice to see, and she does a fine job here. There are a few like really sad, emotional scenes involving the impact of this scam on her family, and she effectively showed like emotional distress during those scenes. So you kind of understand, like, looking at the plot synopsis, it's like, yeah, you got scammed for a lot of money, but you're actually flying to China to try to get your money back. It seems extreme, but when you see like the problem she's going through, it kind of makes sense, you know what I mean, that she would do this. So, you know, I think the movie does a good job with that. Now, she has these goofy co-workers she works with that she brings with her, and they are useful at times. They help her out, but they kind of annoyed me. They were used for like comic relief or something, but I didn't really like them that much. But I would say overall, this is a good quality flick. Touches upon real-life problems with phone scammers. Nothing especially creative, but if you're in the mood for just a solid dramatic film, check it out. It's good. Currently available streaming on Amazon and Viki. And as always, I'll see you next time.